During the war, I worked for the Navy in Wall Street, in a big building, in a skyscraper. And I have some scenes later on that I took from that tower. There's the Singer Building. I don't think that it's still there. There, of course, the Woolworth Building again. Yes, I took this from a balcony in the 40 Wall Street it was. The Navy needed office space, so they went down to Wall Street for it. There's the East River, looking over to Brooklyn. There's the Brooklyn Bridge in the foreground. Now this must be a scene taken with my old camera again. It really is almost of no use unless the film itself is much better than I think it is. This is, I believe, South Street. Some of the film I'm using, I developed myself. I could get it much cheaper that way. And it was, oh, look at that car with a rumble seat. I repeat, this is about 1839 or 40. There are some of the old steel-fronted, at Front and Wall Streets, steel-fronted buildings. This is where the South Street Seaport now is. That's, I don't recognize that gull, so I can't give you its name. Downtown New York. Elevated train on a Sunday morning. I think I went over on a Sunday, or it might have been a Sunday afternoon, I'm not sure. Anyhow, this is the downtown 3rd Avenue L. Long since gone. All of the L's are long since gone. We don't go very far uptown on this. We're going uptown, of course. There's also some street scenes of the same day. Here is under the L. Nice sunny day. Another glimpse of, now this is the 6th Avenue L. I know that because it will go by Radio City. I used this L in 1924, 5, and 6 when I went to Xavier High School, which was on 15th Street, so we're above where I used to travel. There's Radio City Music Hall, I believe. And there's one of the buildings. It had been finished not very long before this. Where are we? Oh, Radio City again. That seemed to be the center of New York for me. Brand new at that time, of course. Well, when they didn't have an ice skating rink, they had a restaurant, outdoor restaurant in that spot. A glimpse of St. Patrick's Cathedral. Another glimpse of Times Square. Another glimpse of the Jersey Central Ferry. Nice. Rockefeller Center again. I think this is the same rink from a different angle. A little glimpse of Times Square. That's Father Duffy, I think. Now, I don't know how well this scene came out in my movies. I did have a pretty good camera by this time, but the subway, of course, is not very well lit. More scenes of New York. Looks like Central Park to me. Yeah, there's the little pond, sailing pond. I was speaking about the price of film. At that time, well, it says 1940 there. At that time, I was making about $15 to $20 a week, which was not a bad, not a bad salary for an office boy. So you can see why I didn't buy many more color films. Nevertheless, this Kodak camera I'm using, I believe I paid $100 for it. There's the Woolworth building, of course. That looks like the, no, that's not the Brooklyn Bridge, is it? Here's the New Jersey Central Ferry, leaving the dock, which went from Liberty Street, right about where the World Trade Buildings now are. The World Trade Buildings were, I think that they came out quite far toward the river. And there was quite a fill-in. Of course, that the ferry docks are long since gone. And here we are coming into the Jersey City side. I commuted on the Jersey Central Railroad for, I don't know, 6 or 8 years when I was much younger.